Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairscloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name Careers Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. This application is a one-stop solution for all the students who are preparing for government exams. This application is valid just for the Android users. Once you have downloaded the application, you can go and log in through your Gmail ID, and once you have logged in, you will be moved on to this page where you can see the various courses that are offered by us. To avail this course, you can use a code that is crack10 to get an additional 10% discount on the purchase you make. If we talk about the course, why this course is so important, how you will be benefiting through this course. If you see, we provide current affairs on the daily basis, on weekly basis, as well as monthly basis. On daily basis, we will be providing you with PDFs of the content of that particular day. Apart from this, you will be getting a quiz on your application that will be of 20 questions quiz on daily basis that will help you in boosting your preparation. Apart from that, on weekly, you will be getting a 50 questions quiz for your preparation, as well as if you see, you will also get a PDF that will contain all the important compiled news, current affairs of that particular week. And similarly, for monthly, you will be getting a top 100 questions PDF of that whole month. That is very important PDF and will be covering the most important news of that particular month. Alright, apart from this, we also cover banking awareness. All the banking aspirants, those who are preparing for bank exams, will absolutely love our course because we cover almost 99.99% of the syllabus of your bank exams. Here you will see we will also provide with quizzes as well as the PDFs. Apart from this, if you see the topic wise, for example, there are multiple questions that are related to obituary, important days, who won which event, who was awarded with which award. So all these topics that are related to your GS also or GK, such as apps and web portals, these are the current affairs that are important days, your books and authors, the new applications that were launched, new government schemes that were launched by the government, or your international affairs or your national affairs. All these topics, there are 20 such topics of which we are providing the PDF, as well as we teach on YouTube, where you can go and check our channel and you will be surprised that the content that we are providing is absolutely amazing. Alright, so this will be helping you to boost your preparation in the long term. This YouTube channel, you can go and subscribe to our channel, that is your Affairscloud, that will help you for your revision purpose also. Apart from this, we cover the state current affairs also. Here you can see the current affairs and all these content that we provide you that are bilingual. That means we provide you in English as well as both in Hindi also. Alright, so all the students who are from the Hindi language will also be benefited through our course. Also friends, you can purchase our course for 2 years. Alright, also for 1 year. If the students have exam or they are planning for the long term and they want to study for 2 years and they are expecting to give exam after 1 year, then they can opt for 2 years. As well as if the student is planning to give exam next year, then they can go for the 1 year course also. So these are the two types of courses that are available by us. In the end friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue. So friends, in today's video, we will be discussing important current affairs of 21st of May. The session will be very helpful and important to you, so do pay attention till the end. And I'll suggest you again to make notes. Making notes will be very helpful to you in the long term. The first topic that we are talking about is Hyperloop Technology. Recently, Ministry of Railways has collaborated with IIT Madras to develop a Hyperloop technology, that is proposing a high-speed transportation system. What is this Hyperloop technology? It is a high-speed transportation system. This proposal was approved by Ashwini Vaishnav, who is the Union Minister for Railways, Communication, Electronics and Information and Technology, and it was approved at IITM along with IITM and Ministry of railway, they will be working on Hyperloop technology. 8.34 crore rupees project collaboration has been done along with Ministry of Railways and IIT Madras. Highly important. All right, which two organization? Ministry of Railways along with IIT Madras has collaborated to work on Hyperloop technology. The Ministry of Railways has set up the Gati Shakti Directorate for effective and time-bound implementation of the Prime Minister Gati Shakti National Master Plan. What is this Gati Shakti National Master Plan? This was launched on 13th of October 2021. It was a multi-modal connectivity with close coordination of various ministries including the railways, waterways, roadways together for integrated planning and coordinated implementation of infrastructure connectivity project. That means different sectors can be jointly connected with ease, and it will increase or it will benefit for ease of doing business. This was the aim of this scheme, to provide integrated and seamless connectivity for the movement of people, goods and services from one mode of transport to another, or you can say from one sector to another. There should not be any problem regarding the transport. All right, this was your Gati Shakti. So coming back, Hyperloop technology, which two organization will be working on it? Ministry of Railways and IIT Madras. This is a project of 8.34 crore rupees. And who approved this project? Approved by Ashwani Vaishnav, who is our Union Minister for Railways, Communication, Electronics and Information and Technology. Moving on, next we are talking about recently 73.9 Indians are likely to be at the risks of hunger. I repeat, a data was released that stated that around 73.9 million Indians are at the risk of hunger. That means proper food is not provided to these people. They are not and getting the right amount of food. All right, recently International Food Policy Research Institute released a report that stated Global Food Policy Report 2022 Climate Change and Food System. They stated that the number of Indians, those who are at the risk of hunger, is expected to be around 73.9 million by 2030. That is an increase by 23%. Highly important. With climate change effect, this number will change to 90.6 million in 2030 and 44.9 million in 2050. All right, I repeat, this data was released by whom? International Food Policy Research Institute released this data. The name of the report was Global Food Policy Report, and you need to remember they stated that recently around 73.9 Indians are likely to be at risk of hunger by 2030. All right, remember the data for 2030. Then if I ask you a question, which country has chaired the high-level ministerial meeting on global food security call to action? It was chaired by United States of America. Recently, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken chaired the high-level ministerial meeting on the global food security call to action, and it was in New York. You should remember this also. Where was this? In New York. Next is very important news, so pay attention and do take a note of it. Recently, Nat Geo, if you remember, National Geographic channel you used to watch, where they used to document various documentaries regarding animals, your climate, your earth. All right, there was a National Geographic channel. So recently, Nat Geo has installed world's highest weather station where on the Mount Everest. This is important news. I am saying again and again. Remember, Nat Geo is the organization that has set up the world's highest weather station. And where was this set up? At Mount Everest. Another news that you need to remember is that China has flown a airship over the Mount Everest to study the atmospheric compositions there. So these are the two news you should remember. As you can see, here is the team of scientists who has set up a world's highest weather station on Mount Everest. Then remember, this world's highest weather station is at a height of 8,830 meters. And if we are talking about Mount Everest, it is at a height of 8,848. This is the height of Mount Everest, and this world's highest weather station has been set up at 8,830 meter. The National Geographic Society team that was led by climate scientist Baker Perry. He is from Appalachian State University in the United States of America. The weather monitoring system measures various meteorological phenomena like air, temperature, wind, speed, direction, air pressure, change in surface height of snow, and incoming and outgoing short and long wave radiation. So all these things will be weathered, and all these things will be monitored at this world highest weather station that has been set up by NetGeo, and the location where this has been set up is your Mount Everest. Remember this. Next thing, as I said, that China has flown an airship at a record altitude that is higher than that of the Mount Everest. We saw that the height of Mount Everest is around 8,848.86 meters, and China's airship has flown above it, that is at the height of 9,032 meters. And the reason for this airship to be flying at this height was to study the atmospheric composition data and the water vapor transporting process from the surface. Next remember, New Development Bank, that is your NDB, issued a Chinese yuan 7 billion bond. A bond of Chinese yuan of 7 billion bond was issued, that is roughly around 1.04 billion US dollar. Alright, I repeat, New Development Bank issued a Chinese yuan 7 billion bond in the China interbank bond market with a 3-year maturity period. What was the maturity period of this bond? It is 3 years. This is the largest ever Panda bond transaction ever issued by a multilateral development bank. I repeat, this is the largest Panda bond transaction ever issued by a multilateral development bank. What is a Panda bond if we discuss? Remember, a Panda bond is a bond. These bonds are issued by international issuers denominated in Chinese yuan and traded in mainland China's domestic market only. These are the Panda bond, and this time the largest Panda bond transaction ever issued by a multilateral development bank is of 7 billion Chinese yuan, that is roughly around 1.04 billion dollars, and it was issued by which organization? It was issued by New Development Bank, that you should know. Next, as we saw, what are Panda bonds? These are the bonds issued by international issuers denominated in Chinese yuan and traded in the mainland China's domestic markets. Panda bond. Then it was issued by New Development Bank. If we talk about the New Development Bank, remember this New Development Bank is for the BRICS countries basically. BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. They established the New Development Bank to mobilize resources for infrastructure and sustainable development projects in BRICS and other emerging market economies and developing countries. All United Nations members are eligible to join the bank. In 2021, New Development Bank began expanding its membership by welcoming United Arab Emirates, Uruguay, Bangladesh, Egypt as their new members. Alright, if we talk about UAE, remember first IIT outside Delhi will be developed in UAE, United Arab Emirates. It was put into the grey list of FATF. Who is the new president of FATF? He is T. Raja Kumar, and he became the first Singaporean who became the head of Financial Action Task Force. When was your New Development Bank established? It was established in the year 2015. And where is the headquarters of this New Development Bank? It is in Shanghai, China. Next, now if I ask you a question, which facility has been rolled out of the post office saving banks account holders? Tell me, which new facility has been rolled out for post office saving bank account holders? That is your POSB holders. Tell me, which is that facility? It is your NEFT and RTGS. These are the payment facilities. What is NEFT stands for? NEFT stands for National Electronics Funds Transfer, and RTGS stands for Real Time Gross Settlement. So the correct option here is NEFT and RTGS. Next, remember, India is the fastest growing major economy. Recently, United Nations has projected the growth rate for India, and it is around 6.4% for the fiscal year 2022. I repeat, India is the fastest growing major economies in the world. Recently, United Nations projected the growth rate for India for the fiscal year 2022 to be around 6.4%. Alright, this is for fiscal year 2022 to 2023. Alright, for 23 to 24 also remember, GDP growth rate forecasted for India was around 6%. Remember, if we talk about UNDESA, that is your United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs, they have released an update, that is your WESP update. WESP is your World Economic Situation and Prospectus mid-year update for the 2022. Earlier, the UNDESA projected India's GDP growth to be around 6.7% for the fiscal year 2022 to 2023. Now they have revised it to 6.4%. But still, according to this, India is one of the fastest growing major economies in the world. You should see how Sri Lanka's economy has been into the plunge, and even now it is saying that Pakistan is on the same track as that of Sri Lanka now. Alright, moving on. Next, we are talking about Equitas Small Finance Bank's Managing Director and CEO PN Vasudevan has resigned from its post. I repeat, Equitas Small Finance Bank's Managing Director and CEO PN Vasudevan has resigned from its post. If we talk about, you should remember this first thing, the name of the person and the post he resigned from. Second thing, remember, if we talk about small finance bank, these are the financial institutions which provide financial services to the unserved and unbanked region of the country. These are registered as public limited company under the Companies Act of 2013. Alright, just for example, you should know what is the small finance bank. And then remember, Managing Director and CEO PN Vasudevan has resigned from his post. Next, remember, recently China is planning their world's first nearby habitable planet search with their space telescope. Recently, China has launched their project aiming to find the habitable planets in the space, and they will be searching for these habitable planets, these Earth-like planets outside the solar system about 32 light years from Earth. Chinese scientists have proposed a space project to survey the sky through a space-bound telescope to hunt for habitable Earth-like planets outside the solar system about 32 light years from Earth. The name of this project is Close by Habitable Exoplanet Survey, that is CHESS. CHES. Remember it. What is CHESS? CHESS is the name of the project that was launched by China to study the habitable Earth-like planets outside the solar system. Alright, that is CHESS. Then moving on, let's talk to another question. National Endangered Species Day is celebrated on which day of May? National Endangered Species Day. When do we observe this day? Tell me. When is this day observed? This time it was observed on 20th of May. But in option you see this is not the option given. So remember, on the third Friday of May, we observe National Endangered Species Day. Alright, I repeat, that is on the third Friday of May every year we observe National Endangered Species Day, and this time in 2022 it was on 20th of May. The aim is to create awareness among the people about the endangered species and the different steps we can take to protect them. The Endangered Species Act came of 1973. Alright, also remember this, in 1973 Tiger Protection Act also came. Alright, so correct option here is on the third Friday of May. Option D is correct here. Next we will be talking about a newly discovered species of venomous non-venomous snake. That means it does not has any venom. A new non-venomous species of snake was recently discovered in Mizoram state. And what is the name of the species? The scientific name, it is Herpetosaurus merlin. I repeat, Herpetosaurus merlin. This is the scientific name of the non-venomous snake that was found in the state of Mizoram. So question can be direct and simple. What is the scientific name of the new venomous snake found in Mizoram? So two things. First thing, state name if it was found in Mizoram. Second thing, you need to remember the scientific name, that is Herpetosaurus merlin, and it was a non-venomous snake that was found in Mizoram, that is Herpetosaurus merlin. Next we are talking about a initiative of our tourism ministry, that was Yuva Tourism Club. These two Yuva Tourism Club were created to promote the national integration and the spirit of Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat. These clubs are expected to facilitate the development of teamwork, management, leadership skills, beside encouraging the adoption of responsible tourism practices, as well as to increase tourism and to increase the and be a responsible tourist. Alright, so remember recently CBSE, that is your Central Board of Secondary Education, has instructed all the CBSE affiliated schools to form Yuva Tourism Clubs. Alright, to form Yuva Tourism Club, this was instructed by CBSE to their schools, and this Yuva Tourism Club was an initiative of Ministry of Tourism. Important. Alright. Next, remember DOT has abolished the NOCC charges for all the telecom license holders. I repeat, NOCC charges for all the telecom license holders were abolished by Department of Telecommunication. Alright, these charges are levied on the use of space segments by telecom service providers for satellite telephony, broadband and others. So basically you say if they were using satellites earlier, their charges has been dropped by Department of Telecommunication. Next thing you need to remember about Adani Group. Adani Group has acquired a franchisee in the UAE T20 League. Similar to IPL, these T20 leagues are going on United Arab Emirates. And so if you know that these teams are of different people, different companies, different people, different enterprises acquire these teams. Alright. Similarly, Adani Group has acquired a franchisee in the United Arab Emirates T20 League. And the name of this Adani Group is Adani Sportsline, that is a subsidiary of Adani Group, has acquired the right to own and operate a franchisee in the 6-member United Arab Emirates T20 League. By acquiring this franchisee, it became the 4th Indian group after Reliance Industries, Gandhi Malkiranjan Rao Group and Capri Global. Then remember this tournament, that is T20 League of UAE, consists of 6 teams. They will be having 34 matches in total. Alright, and it is similar to your IPL, that is your Indian Premier League. Next, moving to a question part. As per the third advance estimates of the production of major agriculture crops for 21-22, what is the estimate production of the food grains? What is the estimate production of the food grains as per the third advance estimate of major agriculture crops for 2021 to 2022? Tell me, what is the expected amount of food grains to be grown? It is 314.51 million tons. The third advance estimate of production of major agriculture crops for 21-22 have been released by Union Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. As per the estimate, the food production or the production of the food grains in the country is estimated to be around 314.5 million tons, which is higher by 3.77 million tons than the production of food grains during 22-21. So that means we have now increased the food grain production in the year or this year in 21-22 by 3.77 million tons of food grain. All right. Next, remember World Meteorology Day. When do we observe World Meteorology Day? On 20th of May, we observe World Meteorology Day. And the theme that you need to remember for this is meteorology in the digital era. Next is your World Inflammatory Bowel Disease Day. On 19th of May, we observe World Inflammatory Bowel Disease Day. Purple ribbon, as you can see here, purple ribbon. This purple ribbon symbolizes the Inflammatory Bowel Disease Day. Alright, the symbol is used by several international bowel disease associations linked to the World IBD Day. Alright, World Inflammatory Bowel Disease Day has a symbol of what? It is a purple ribbon. Then next, remember TTL partners with Assam government to transfer polytechnics ITIs into Center of Excellence. Question will be direct and simple, that TTL, that is your Tata Technologies, has partnered with Assam government to transform polytechnics IITs into what? They will be converted into the Center of Excellence. Recently there was a news of Center of Excellence for Khadi. Center of Excellence for Khadi. Where is the first Center of Excellence for Khadi being developed? It is in New Delhi. So friends, that was our content for today. Now let's revise everything in the one-liner format. It will be a quick revision. First, Ministry of Finance announces the new government guarantee policies. Ministry of Railways approves collaboration with IITM on Hyperloop Technology to set up Gati Shakti Directorate. So IIT Madras along with the Ministry of Railways will be working on Hyperloop technology. Then GEM and Seva have signed an MOU to engage last mile women-led enterprises as sellers and service providers on GEM. What is GEM and Seva? GEM is your government e-market, GEM, and Seva is your self-employed women association in New Delhi. Recently, they have signed an MOU to engage the last mile women-led enterprises as sellers and services providers in GEM. An MOU was signed between these two organizations for the advocacy, outreach, mobilization, and capacity building of the last mile women-led MSC, that is your micro and small enterprises, small help groups, association, cooperatives, collectives, and various others. All right. Under this MOU, GEM, that is your government e-marketplace, will train the Seva members to assist and enable women-led enterprises or organization to sell their product, how to update their product, to maintain service catalogs, acceptance of orders, participation in bids floated by the government buyers, and many other things. All these information will be provided by GEM to the Seva workers. Moving on, next is CBSE has supported the tourism ministry's initiative, that is Yuva tourism clubs, and they have instructed all the CBSE affiliated schools to start building these clubs. DOT, Department of Communication, has abolished NOCC charges for all the telecom license holders. Next, we are talking about around 74 million Indians are at the risk of suffering from the increased hunger levels by the year 2030. Recently, Net Geo, that is your Net Geographic, have established or set up the world's highest weather monitoring station at Mount Everest. Then remember, New Development Bank has issued a bond of 7 billion Chinese yuan, that is the highest Panda Bond in the market. Then RBI has imposed a 2.97 lakh penalty on the Unimoni Financial Services. Remember this important, that RBI has imposed how much penalty on the Unimoni Financial Service? A penalty of 2.97 lakh has been implemented on it. Similarly, remember RBI has also imposed a penalty on the Daimler Financial Services India, KKR Financial Services also. Apart from this, remember UN projects India to grow by 6.4%. Earlier they stated that India will be growing by 6.7%, but now they have reduced it to by 6.4% in the year 2022. S&P has cut fiscal year 2023 growth for India forecast to 7.3%. All right, S&P to 7.3, UN to 6.4%. Then moving on to Equita Small Finance Bank's managing director and CEO has resigned from this position. Moving on, China has planned to set up the world's first habitable planet search with space technology, and they will be searching the Earth-like habitable planet in the space for nearly 32 light years. All right, in the range of 32 light years. Then next, remember, new species of non-venomous snakes were record founded in Mizoram. So friends, that was everything you need to know for today's current affairs. Now let's give you some homework. Let's move to the first question. Which company recently signed an MOU with the Center for Development of Telematics, that is CDOT, to develop the Internet of Things machine-to-machine solutions in India? I repeat, which is the company that has signed an MOU with the CDOT to develop Internet of Things, that is your IoTs, and machine-to-machine solutions in India? Second question, in which city the world's first urban airport for drones and flying cars is located? I repeat, important question. Where is the first urban airport for drones and flying cars is located? Third question, as per the DPIIT data, wholesale price index inflation has reached a 30-year high of dash in April 2020. What was the wholesale price index inflation rate? Next question, at what percentage retail inflation in India increases in April 2022 on an annual basis, which is an 8-year high? This is your fourth question. So these four questions are your homework, and I want all of you to comment below. It will be a very good revision because these questions are very important. So friends, that's the end of our session. I hope you have gained some interesting information today, and this information will be very helpful for you in the upcoming exams. So do like the video, subscribe, and also share the link of this video with your friends. And if you want us to continue with such sessions, all you have to do is comment below. The value of your comment is very much. Thank you. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.